Have you ever been perplexed by a sudden shift in her demeanor when the warmth diminishes and the distance increases, leaving you questioning what went awry? You're not alone in this bewilderment. Welcome to a transformative journey where we reclaim our influence and command respect, all through the wisdom of Stoicism. In today's discussion, I'll reveal 10 powerful steps that will not only recapture the attention of a woman who has grown distant, but will also elevate your standing in her eyes. These strategies go beyond mere tactics. They are lessons rooted in Stoic philosophy that encourage us to maintain composure and resilience amidst emotional challenges. By applying these principles, you'll learn how to navigate rejection with grace and turn the situation to your advantage. So prepare yourself to change the dynamics of your interactions and possibly reshape your relationships for the better. If you're ready to regain control and earn the admiration you deserve, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest empowering content. Let's dive into these transformative insights and start your journey towards a more respected and admired you. Number 1. Don't reveal your feelings. Let's cut to the chase. Stoicism teaches us that the key to true control lies in mastering oneself, especially one's emotions. One of the biggest errors men make is being overly transparent about their feelings, mistakenly thinking that wearing their heart on their sleeve will make them more attractive to a woman. However, according to Stoic principles, revealing too much of your inner thoughts only undermines your position. It's like showing your hand in a game of poker. Once she knows how much you care, you become predictable and easy to manipulate. In Stoicism, the aim is to remain unaffected by external situations, including romantic interests. When you openly express your emotions, you're essentially relinquishing control, allowing your reactions to dictate the interaction. This predictability makes you less intriguing, turning you into an open book, easy to read and predict. But don't misunderstand this as an endorsement of coldness or indifference. Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions entirely, rather. It's about managing them with wisdom and discretion. By revealing less and controlling what you do share, you create a dynamic where your emotions are not easily accessible. This shift can alter the balance of power in the relationship. The woman who once felt secure and in charge will begin to notice a change. When you're no longer always available or eager to please, she'll start to feel a hint of insecurity. This insecurity can be a potent force. According to Stoic wisdom, understanding and accepting the natural ebb and flow of desire can lead to greater influence. As you become less predictable and more enigmatic, you spark curiosity. She'll wonder about your true feelings and why you're not as readily available as before. This uncertainty will prompt her to reevaluate her position and seek to regain your attention. This is where the Stoic approach excels. By keeping your emotional responses in check and not revealing everything up front, you maintain control over the dynamic. You shift from being a predictable and easily obtainable figure to a more compelling challenge. Challenges are inherently interesting, and the pursuit can intensify her desire for your attention. So manage your emotions with skill. Don't reveal everything, and let her experience some uncertainty. This approach not only earns you respect but also shifts the power dynamics in your favor. By maintaining your composure and strategic restraint, you stop being just another face in the crowd and become someone she truly wants to earn. Number 2. Let her handle the desperation. Let's examine a critical mistake many men make: desperation. It often seems like an automatic reaction when a woman becomes distant or treats you poorly. How do you respond? You chase her, beg for explanations, and desperately seek her attention, as if she is the only source of your happiness. But here's the Stoic insight: such behavior is akin to admitting defeat. By chasing after her and pleading, you're handing over all the control to her. It's like saying, "I'm so desperate for your validation that I'll do anything to get it." And what happens when you display such desperation? You come across as someone who lacks self-respect, someone who doesn't value himself. In the Stoic view, a man who doesn't recognize his own worth is susceptible to exploitation. She sees this lack of self-respect and may end up taking you for granted, walking all over you without a second thought. So how do you change the dynamic? Take a deep breath, center yourself, and resist the impulse to act rashly. When you notice that something is off and she's not appreciating your worth, it's time to pull back. I'm not suggesting you play games or pretend to withdraw to see if she'll chase you. No, I'm advocating for a genuine retreat, a recognition that if she doesn't appreciate your value, you have other, more fulfilling pursuits to focus on. This is where Stoic principles come into play. When you stop acting out of desperation, the energy shifts. The woman who once saw you as her passive audience now senses a change in power. She assumed you would always be there, willing to do whatever it took to win her over. But now, you're showing that you refuse to settle for less than you deserve. This realization is powerful and often leaves her stunned. Here's the key: by ceasing your desperate behavior, you stop chasing her when she pulls away. Instead, you create a space where she can feel the loss of control. The power she once thought she had over you is now gone, and she begins to pursue you, trying to reclaim what she thought was hers. In Stoic terms, this approach reflects a deep understanding of self-worth and emotional independence. When you let her experience the desperation, you shift the dynamic. You signal that you value yourself and your time, and this shift often leads her to treat you with the respect and attention you deserve. Number 3. Stay unreachable. Let's explore a key Stoic strategy that can change the dynamics of attraction: the art of being unavailable. From a Stoic perspective, maintaining a sense of mystery and scarcity isn't just a tactic, but a principle of self-respect and self-control. In the philosophy of Stoicism, we understand that our time and attention are valuable resources. When you make yourself constantly available, you inadvertently diminish your own worth. The Stoic sage knows that constant availability can create an impression of desperation and a lack of other meaningful pursuits, which goes against the idea of living a balanced and self-sufficient life. So what does the Stoic approach recommend? It's straightforward yet effective: create a sense of mystery by being selectively unavailable. When she reaches out or suggests meeting up, respond with composure, showing that you're engaged in other meaningful activities. This doesn't mean being dismissive, but rather demonstrating that you have a rich and fulfilling life beyond her immediate presence. The Stoic wisdom here is clear: to respect yourself is to recognize your own value. By making yourself less available, you're not just gaining a strategic advantage, you're affirming your own worth and showing that your life is full of purpose and direction. This shift not only preserves your dignity, but also reinforces the idea that you should never seek validation from others at the cost of your self-respect. When you begin to pull away, you disrupt the usual pattern. This approach challenges her assumptions about your availability and forces her to rethink her expectations. The very act of being less accessible can create a sense of urgency and reflection. She may start to question why you're no longer pursuing her with the same intensity and begin to feel a twinge of insecurity about possibly losing you. This isn't about playing games, but about embodying a sense of self-worth and maintaining your own space. By delaying your responses, declining some invitations, and focusing on your own life, you create a natural distance that allows for mutual respect and desire. As you embrace this Stoic principle, something significant happens. She begins to feel a shift. The once predictable and ever-present person is now a figure of intrigue and value. This new distance turns you into a challenge she's eager to overcome, prompting her to seek your attention with renewed interest. In essence, things that are always within reach are rarely valued. By mastering the art of being occasionally unavailable, you align with the Stoic ideal of valuing oneself and allowing others to recognize that value in return. If you've made it this far and you're still with us, please take a moment to share your thoughts in the comments, or simply type "be hard to get" if you resonate with the content. Your feedback is invaluable and keeps us motivated for future discussions. Now, let's continue. Number 4. Show her that you have other interests. In the philosophy of Stoicism, self-worth and independence are crucial. Too many men make the mistake of remaining passive, waiting for the woman to decide whether she wants to come back, while their own lives and opportunities pass by. standing by idly, hoping for her to return, is like declaring your own insignificance. This behavior tells her that you're just another option she can pick up or put down at her convenience. Instead of waiting around like a doormat, why not show that your life is moving forward without her? By actively engaging with other people, pursuing new experiences, and demonstrating that you're progressing, you embody the Stoic virtue of resilience and self-sufficiency. Your life doesn't revolve around her, it's complete and fulfilling on its own. When you adjust your mindset and actions to reflect this, the dynamics of the situation change dramatically. The woman who once felt secure in her control over you will start to feel uneasy. She'll begin to question why you're spending time with others, what those others might have that she doesn't, and this uncertainty will chip away at her confidence. It's not just about making her jealous, it's about creating a genuine fear of loss. She'll realize that if she doesn't act quickly, she risks losing you to someone who values you as she failed to. This strategy isn't about playing petty games or using manipulative tactics, rather. It's about asserting your value and showing that you won't settle for mere scraps of attention. It's about moving on, demonstrating that you have other options, and making it clear that if she doesn't meet your standards, others will. This approach shifts the power dynamic, making it evident that your worth isn't dependent on her approval or presence. By embracing this Stoic mindset, you're not only respecting yourself but also subtly encouraging her to reconsider her actions. When she sees that you're thriving and growing without her, the realization that she might lose you to someone else will create a sense of urgency. She'll be driven by the fear of missing out on someone who adds value to her life, and this can prompt her to reassess her approach and possibly seek to win you back. Remember, life is too short to wait around for someone who doesn't appreciate your worth. Stand firm in your value, move forward with confidence, and let your actions speak volumes about the respect you deserve. Number 5. Maintain an aura of mystery. Many men fall into the trap of believing that the key to winning a woman's affection lies in complete transparency, sharing every detail about their lives, aspirations, fears, and dreams. They assume that by being entirely open, they will build trust and deepen their connection. Yet this approach often has the opposite effect. When you reveal everything too soon, you risk becoming predictable and uninteresting, diminishing the allure that initially attracted her to you. Stoicism teaches us the importance of restraint and the wisdom of maintaining an air of composure and self-control. This philosophical approach can be seamlessly applied to the art of attraction. Instead of exposing every part of yourself right away, embody the Stoic principle of keeping an element of mystery. This doesn't mean being deceitful or insincere, rather. It's about cultivating an intriguing presence that sparks curiosity and engagement. When she asks about your thoughts or feelings, offer responses that are thoughtful but not entirely revealing. This strategic elusiveness allows her to wonder and speculate about your deeper self, making you more compelling. Mystery isn't limited to conversation, it extends to your overall demeanor and actions. Just as a Stoic maintains a calm and controlled outward appearance while managing inner emotions, you should balance your presence and engagement. Avoid spelling out your plans and intentions in clear detail. Instead, be unpredictably present, sometimes attentive and engaged, other times subtly distant and preoccupied. This variation in your behavior keeps her intrigued as she continually tries to figure out your true thoughts and intentions. By not fully disclosing your feelings or future plans, you create an environment where she is left to ponder and yearn for a deeper understanding of you. This approach reflects a fundamental Stoic practice focusing on what you can control while remaining calm in the face of external responses. In your interactions, let her see only parts of who you are, allowing her imagination to fill in the gaps. This controlled revelation creates a dynamic where she becomes increasingly invested in uncovering the mystery that surrounds you. The allure of the unknown is a powerful force, and by embracing it, you draw her in and sustain her interest. By mastering the art of mystery through a Stoic lens, you not only become more captivating but also embody qualities that reflect strength and self-assurance. People are naturally drawn to what they cannot fully understand. By keeping her guessing and intrigued, You transform yourself into an irresistible enigma, ensuring that her fascination with you continues to grow. Number 6. Prioritize your time and effort. Think about this. How many men do you know who spend endless hours, days, or even weeks pursuing a woman who does not truly appreciate their efforts? It's like wasting a precious resource. Stoicism teaches us that our time is a limited and invaluable asset. Once a moment is gone, it's gone forever, irretrievable and irreplaceable. So why should we squander it on someone who doesn't recognize our true worth? The Stoic philosopher Seneca reminds us that life is short and that we must use our time wisely. This means making conscious decisions about where and with whom we invest our time and energy. If a woman is not reciprocating your efforts or showing genuine interest in you, it's time to reconsider your priorities. The essence of Stoic wisdom is understanding that your time and energy should not be wasted on those who do not respect them. By placing a high value on your own time, you naturally increase its perceived worth in the eyes of others. This practice isn't about becoming self-absorbed or distant, rather, it's about maintaining a sense of self-respect and dignity. It's about recognizing your intrinsic value and ensuring that it isn't squandered on someone who fails to appreciate it. Stoicism encourages us to act with integrity, to align our actions with our values, and to avoid investing in relationships or pursuits that do not contribute to our well-being. When you begin to distance yourself from those who do not honor your time, you create a new dynamic. This isn't just about physical absence, but also about emotional and mental disengagement. Stop spending your mental energy trying to please or win back someone who clearly isn't on the same page. Instead, channel that energy into areas of your life that foster your growth and happiness, your projects, your personal development, and your relationships with those who genuinely value your presence. As you begin to withdraw, making yourself less available and less eager to please, the shift in dynamics becomes apparent. She will start to see you as someone who is not easily won over someone whose time and attention must be earned. This new perception creates an aura of mystery and control, positioning you as someone of higher value. It's a natural outcome of valuing your time and energy, according to Stoic principles. When you act from a place of self-worth, others are compelled to reevaluate their attitudes and behaviors toward you. They begin to see that you are not just another option, but a person who deserves thoughtful consideration and respect. So before you invest further in someone, ask yourself this crucial question: does this person truly deserve your time and attention? If the answer is no, prioritize yourself and your values. Those who respect their own time and energy naturally command respect from others. By embodying this Stoic principle, you not only improve your own life, but also create a dynamic where others are eager to earn your attention and appreciation. This is where true strength and influence reside, where self-respect meets the power to attract those who genuinely value and reciprocate your efforts. Number 7. Make her the desperate one. In the realm of Stoicism, mastering self-control and emotional detachment is essential. By embracing these principles, you can significantly shift the power dynamics in your interactions with women, reversing the roles so that she becomes the one eager for your attention. This transformation begins with understanding your own worth and asserting control over the situation, making her chase what she once took for granted. Let's delve into the Stoic philosophy that underlies this approach. Stoicism teaches us to maintain inner peace and not be swayed by external circumstances. By applying this wisdom, you can avoid falling into the trap of constantly seeking validation or approval from others. When you stop being overly available and start showing that you are not just another option, you elevate yourself to a position of value and authority. Here's how to implement this first. Create distance. This isn't about playing games, but about embodying the Stoic ideal of self-worth and independence. When you make yourself less available, you're not just withdrawing your presence, you're signaling that your time and attention are valuable. This act of self-respect is key to changing the dynamic. By doing so, you demonstrate that you're not waiting around for whatever she has to offer, and this shift will naturally cause her to reevaluate her position. As she notices the change, she begins to experience the same anxiety you once felt. This is a pivotal moment. The roles have been reversed. Now, she's the one feeling the pressure of possibly losing you. This anxiety is powerful because it mirrors the emotions you may have felt when you feared losing her. It's a natural consequence of shifting the power dynamics, and it's precisely what you want to achieve. At this stage, you become the object of desire. The power that was once in her hands now shifts to you. Instead of begging for attention or affection, you assert your worth with confidence. You make it clear that you're not settling for mere scraps but deserve a full feast. This isn't about arrogance but about recognizing your value and not compromising on it. If she isn't willing to give you what you truly deserve, there are others who will appreciate your worth. This process creates a sense of urgency in her. The fear of losing you drives her to take action, striving to reclaim what she once took for granted. In this way, you use the power of Stoic detachment to your advantage. You set the terms of the interaction, showing that you are not only desirable but also in control. So let her experience the fear of losing you. Allow her to feel the urgency that once drove you. In this moment, you reveal your true power, transforming from a mere player in the game to the ultimate prize that everyone wants but few can attain. By doing so, you don't just capture her attention, you redefine the entire dynamic of the relationship, setting a new standard for how you are valued and treated. Number 8. Don't chase after her. It's natural to feel confused or even desperate when someone you care about becomes distant. You might be tempted to chase after her, trying to understand why she's pulling away and attempting to win her back. However, from a Stoic perspective, this approach can be harmful. When you chase after her, you're essentially giving up your own power and showing just how much you need her presence to feel complete. This act of chasing can be likened to waving a white flag, declaring, "I can't live without you," according to Stoic philosophy. Placing such a high value on her approval and attention weakens your own self-worth. Instead of empowering you, chasing her only highlights your perceived lack of value and can push her further away. Stoicism teaches us to develop inner strength and independence, relying on our own virtues and goals rather than seeking validation from others. When you chase her, you unintentionally signal that your happiness and sense of self are dependent on her actions. This can lead her to believe that she holds all the power in the relationship, which may not be an attractive dynamic for anyone seeking a balanced and mutually respectful connection. When you stop pursuing her and instead direct your energy toward building a fulfilling and purposeful life, you create a natural space that allows her to recognize what she might be missing. This newfound independence and confidence make you more appealing because you demonstrate that your life is complete and rich without her involvement. By embracing Stoic detachment, you effectively communicate that her presence is not the center of your world. And this shift in perspective helps to rebalance the power dynamics in the relationship. Instead of being the one constantly seeking her attention, she may find herself re-evaluating her position and the consequences of her actions. The goal isn't to manipulate or control, but to cultivate a sense of self-worth and inner strength that naturally encourages her to reconsider her stance. By applying Stoic principles, you show that you are a person of value who doesn't need external validation to feel complete. This approach not only strengthens your own sense of purpose, but also compels her to recognize that if she wants to be part of your enriched and fulfilling life, she needs to put in the effort. In this way, you become a person who is not only desirable, but also someone who inspires genuine interest and respect. Number 9. Elevate your value. When a woman pulls away, it can feel like a setback, but in the context of Stoic philosophy, it's an opportunity for reflection and growth. This moment serves as a signal that it's time to turn your focus inward, reassess your own worth, and elevate it. Elevating your value isn't about pretending or seeking external validation, it's about genuine, ongoing self-improvement. Stoics believe that our value comes from our actions and how we conduct ourselves, not from how others perceive us. When a woman pulls away, it's not a reason to chase after her or feel diminished. Instead, it's a chance to enhance your own life and character. Think about how you can apply this practically. Immerse yourself in your passions, whether they relate to your career, hobbies, or personal projects. Set meaningful goals that challenge you and push you to grow. Build a fulfilling life that doesn't rely on someone else's approval. When you're committed to personal growth, pursuing your interests, and living with purpose, you automatically increase your value. As you invest in yourself, you naturally become more attractive. Women are drawn to men who are confident, self-sufficient, and constantly striving for self-improvement. By focusing on elevating your value, you shift the focus away from her and back to you. This change in focus is significant. It means you're no longer a man waiting around for her attention, but someone who is actively creating a meaningful and successful life. When you embody these Stoic principles, you show that your self-worth isn't dependent on her actions or attention. You are someone who earns respect and admiration through your own achievements and personal growth. This shift in perspective forces her to reconsider her behavior and realize that you're not just another person seeking her validation. Instead, you're a person who is thriving and has a lot to offer. In summary, when she pulls away, don't fall into desperation or anxiety. Instead, take control of the situation by focusing on elevating your own value. This approach not only makes you more appealing, but also changes the dynamics of the relationship in your favor. By adhering to Stoic principles and committing to your growth, you demonstrate that your worth is inherent and self-sustained. This mindset gives you the power to transform the situation, making her more eager for your attention as she recognizes the strength and value you bring to the relationship. Number 10. Take the lead role in your own life. Let's explore a fundamental principle that can transform your existence, stepping into the role of the lead character in your own life. In Stoic philosophy, we understand that while we cannot control external events, we can always control how we respond to them. This understanding is crucial to reclaiming your power and becoming the central figure in your own story. Many men fall into the trap of revolving their lives around a woman, placing her at the center of their universe, as if their entire happiness and sense of purpose depends solely on her presence. This approach not only puts you in a passive role, but also undermines your own agency and self-worth. It's like casting yourself as a secondary character in a narrative that should be entirely yours to write. Now is the time to rewrite your life script. Don't wait for external validation or permission from someone else to assert your value and pursue your dreams. In the spirit of Stoicism, you must prioritize yourself not from a place of selfishness, but from a deep recognition of your intrinsic worth. This means living in alignment with your values, desires, and principles, rather than being influenced by the expectations and approval of others. When you embrace the role of the lead character in your story, you start making choices based on what genuinely benefits you rather than what merely pleases others. You move beyond settling for less and demand the full, rich experience that life offers, understanding that you deserve nothing less. This shift elevates not only your self-esteem, but also earns the respect of those who witness your transformation. People begin to see you as a man with a clear sense of direction and purpose, someone who commands respect and admiration because he refuses to settle for mediocrity. The true beauty of this Stoic approach lies in its natural ability to attract others. By focusing on your journey and becoming the central figure in your life, you naturally draw in those who genuinely appreciate and value you. You no longer need to chase after attention or engage in manipulative games. Instead, those who are meant to be part of your story will gravitate toward you. They will be eager to support you, celebrate your achievements, and stand by your side. So, my friend, stop being a passive observer in your narrative. Rise up and take control. Embrace the role of the lead character with the confidence and clarity that comes from understanding and valuing your worth. When you place yourself firmly at the center of your story, everything around you starts to shift. You transition from being a follower to becoming a magnet for others who are drawn to your strength, integrity, and purpose. If you're still with us, we'd really appreciate your input. Share your thoughts in the comments or simply type "Be a Mystery" if this resonates with you. Your feedback is incredibly valuable and fuels our passion for making more content. As we conclude this discussion, let's reflect on the powerful Stoic philosophy that underpins our conversation. Life is far too valuable to spend in the shadows, merely reacting to the whims of those who fail to recognize your worth. Embracing Stoicism teaches us not only about endurance but also about the dignity of choosing ourselves when others may not. It's about making intentional choices that shape our character and how we are perceived in the world. If you seek respect, admiration, and authentic connections, it's essential to step into your power and become the lead actor in your own life story rather than a bystander. Rejecting the scraps of someone's attention and refusing to act out of desperation aren't just acts of self-respect, they are profound declarations of your values. Remember, true strength, as taught by Stoic wisdom, lies within you. There's no need to chase after anyone. When you start living authentically, honoring your worth and respecting your boundaries, the right people, the ones who truly value what you bring to the table, will naturally gravitate toward you. It's time to rise above, to honor your journey, and to live by principles that elevate your life beyond the ordinary. You are the author of your epic story. Make it a masterpiece that you're proud to call your own.